What? We are transitioning. And go.
Welcome back. We are here with VGM, who is going to give us a fun run of Rabi-Ribi, and I will turn it over to VGM.
Right, hello, I am VGM, and today I'm going to be doing a cool little category known as Cocoa 80% RMG, which basically means 80% restricted major glitches. There are a lot of cool glitches in this game, but yeah, the 80% run is only 5 minutes long, and might be a good idea to showcase a little bit more than only 5 minutes of this neat little game. This is going to be on the speedrun mode only character, so unfortunately there is not going to be any story to really explain. I could try to explain the overall course of the game as best as I can, but there canonically is not any story because it ties into the other character, Arena. That being said, it should be all ready to go. Might as well go on ahead and give a countdown. Be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So right off the bat here, there's going to be some movement tech that I'm going to have to execute here, known as super movement, which basically is frame perfect. I have to press down and jump while in the air for exactly 1 frame. Any longer, and I do not get to move fast. I already missed the first launch of the run. Oh boy, this run is scuffed. Super launches are 5 frames, or 6 frames, excuse me, and so is this move, known as the Pogo, down in attack. Plus, down and jump at the same time. Allows for super fast movement. In fact, this movement is so fast, it allows me to do what is known as a speed zip on one-tile corridors, because I have so much momentum that the game forces me into walls. And whenever you're inside of a wall in this game, you move rightward, usually. There are instances where there are leftward zips, but those are few and far between. So coming up on our first boss here, our fairy partner Ribbon, which we'll be using for the entire rest of the run. So normally, Arena, the main character of this game, doesn't get to use items quite yet, but we're Cocoa, so we can, and we can blow her up with a Cocoa Bomb, which we get 3 of in this run, because Cocoa starts with them by default. They are neat little explosive consumable items that do quite a bit of damage. We can use them to cheese quite a few of these opening bosses here. Some more movement. I do need to watch my... Oh! That's what happens whenever you miss a Pogo. You just go really slow. I do need to watch my health because Cocoa has very little to work with in this run. Alright. Cocoa has been blown up. We just fought ourselves. Don't worry about that part. As I said, there's not necessarily any story. Normally in the main game, you would be going to a place called Rabi-Ribi Town, or that's your end goal, to meet your master. But we're Cocoa, we're a kitty, we don't really have a master. We're still going there anyways to meet our master, who doesn't exist. So Cocoa's combat here, she has 3 attacks in her base attack. It's the swing, then there's those little pellets that I shoot out, and if you then release from there, she will jump back and throw a giant bomb, which we're not going to be really using that in this run because of just how difficult it is to utilize properly. But with a certain badge that you can get in this game, that move becomes really useful. I'm gonna try to see if I can skip a defense boost phase in this boss here. No guarantees. Missed it. That's unfortunate, actually. That's really bad. This is really bad. I might actually have to reload this. See if I can kill her before she jumps up. That is not good pace. Oh boy. Please. Oh, this is scuffed. Boost kill her. Nope. I have never had a run this bad before. Oh boy. We've got time. Oh,
that
so
we do.
Not a worry. Yeah, that is the worst case scenario. Luckily, I can show one of the best case scenarios, which is killing her before she does anything. Also a good segue to explaining this game's quick load mechanic, where if you press pause and boost and item menu at the same time, you can actually load your last autosave, or your last save. This game autosaves usually before every boss fight, so if a boss ever goes south and you need to retry it, which retrying usually is faster in the event of something going wrong because of bosses doing that, they get extremely high defense, and a lot of them will jump in the air and become literally impossible to hit. So, in a lot of cases, jumping, or just reloading that save is a time save, even though you're going backwards. But I ate a donut there, which Cocoa gets by default at the very start. And this event here gives me another donut. Now, what donuts do is they actually give you full boost. I just used a lot of boost there at the very start. And now I have even more to work with. So basically, I just got free boost out of it, and also got my donuts directly back. Which is... I'd say that's pretty cool. Right. This is another boss that we're going to attempt to blast into smithereens. If I will not press down on my analog stick too early. And boom, she's gone. I want to not grab this badge there. I actually have to watch my item percent there in the top, because if I go over 9.99%, basically if I hit 10% or above, bosses in this game will scale a lot harder, will have a lot more HP. That being said though, if you are under 10%, you actually take a lot more damage. So there may be some instances where I will be very close to dying, or instances where enemies will actually be able to one-shot me in this run. So hopefully we're not gonna die. This is a bullet hell though, so we will see.
It's an interesting mechanic that the boss scales to the percentage of items you have.
Huh?
You're saying if you went over 10% on your items, the bosses had more HP.
Yep. As you get more and more items, the bosses get more and more HP to compensate for your increased items, otherwise you could potentially destroy them really quickly, which you already kind of can on lower difficulties. But that 10% item threshold is massive. It could be the difference between a 15-second boss fight and a minute-long boss fight. So it's you really have to keep that in mind. There is also another item threshold that I'm going to keep in mind here, which is the 5% item threshold. I'm going to be taking care of these first few bosses under the 5% threshold. If you go above 5%, enemies will also scale upwards to match you. So I'm going to be taking care of these first sets of town members, which we are collecting for the story at the moment. And then after that, the run is going to kick off really fast. Once I finally pass that 5% threshold. We've got a bit until then, though. I'm going to try to see if I can do this boss fast. Good. So there I had used a badge known as Lucky 7, which has a hidden effect. On your 77th hit, you deal 777 damage. And on the lowest difficulty of this game, that translates to a lot of damage on bosses, especially early game. It is actually a lot faster to use that than it is the percentage increase attack badge, which increases your attack by 25% and increases damage you take by 50. Just because of the increased damage overall. Right. Main boss again. Try to see if I can do this strat. Alright, we got it. Lucky 7 saves the day again. This character also has pretty high combo amount in general, so it means Lucky 7 is a lot more powerful than it otherwise would be with Erina, who doesn't really get to throw projectiles nearly as much. I don't even think she does throw projectiles at all, in fact. But we are Cat. We do crazy things. The movement is already kind of absurd. There's a lot of movement tech that I haven't got to showing off yet, and won't in this run, unfortunately. Nice. Got the trick. That is a really precise wall jump. Down jump, and then having to do a wall jump afterwards, off of the wall. I'm gonna go for another one here, see if I can land this. Got it. Nice. I did not get the frame perfect quick drop, though. Which is funny, because usually that's what I get, instead of the other tricks. Frame perfect is, it sounds a lot harder than it actually is, though. There are a lot of tricks to making it easier. So we picked up an item there known as Air Dash by using Wall Jump to sequence break in without having an item that would get us through 1,000 corridors. Air Dash is... I'll just let this fight speak for itself. If I can do the fight without letting the boss escape. Boss fights are kind of difficult to do properly in this game. Okay, there we go. Do not grab the region up. There we go. If I was to grab that region up, I would have to reload and go all the way back to that boss again. Because that region up would push me over the 10% threshold. I can grab 1 health up or 1 mana up, because they give 0.4% items. I will have 9.5 by the end of this run. But a region up and pack up both give 0.67%, which will push me over. My boss strats are being very finicky today. Kind of unfortunate. So here I'm going to use the hidden effect of boost. Not really a hidden effect. An effective boost that lets me restore SP to murder this boss. Alright. A really tight trick coming up. I'm going to use Air Dash to fly up here. And I'm going to be doing what's known as a ceiling zip. See if I can pull this off. First try. Nice. So basically, you have to use Air Dash there to get a very specific amount of upward speed. Very low amount. I believe it's 0.75 or below. And if you have that and are heading into collision, it will push you inwards. And then when that happens, you zip right. And in that case, out of a boss fight. If you are able to lead a boss arena in any fashion in this game, the boss will be counted as beaten, and that's it. You can also save the game and then reload, and the boss is considered over with. I'm gonna go for another swag strat here. If I can pull this off. I'm not going to do this unbuffered. And nice, we got it. This is going to skip a really annoying room with a bunch of bunnies that throw bombs. We don't want to deal with those. Got it. Okay. Alright, there's another boss. And there the boss is not. That was a good section for me to possibly die. There. Okay, and we are about ready to transition into Chapter 2. And this is where we're going to start getting a lot of items, and the run is really going to pick up. Now, there's been a bit of a meme recently in my chat with this boss, because it's been doing one specific pattern every time. Oh, it finally broke the pattern! It must be because I'm not using Wario Noises mod. Here recently in my runs, this boss has been doing one specific pattern where she just stands still and doesn't do anything. Alright. So, we executed a glitch there known as alias save glitch. If you stand on the boss's autosave, and whenever you kill the boss, you can then tag the autosave. And since normally the story progression kicks you out of this area, we can reload back in after the boss is defeated and continue onwards. Going from Illusion Alias 1 all the way to Illusion Alias 3. Because numbers. Don't worry, we're gonna get to 2. 2 has to be fought as well in this run. For now, this section is a bit of an auto-scroller. We just have to kind of wait this out. Not really much I can do here. This boss also refills its health after every attack, so even if you could potentially, you know, kill her, it's not gonna work. She'll be transitioning shortly to the actual boss. So normally what would happen is you would fight this boss in Chapter 4, but of course we're in Chapter 2. That's not happening. Oh hi, we just saw you! Welcome back. See ya. And into chapter 3. We had just enough town members to go straight into all the chapters and fight all the illusion aliases directly. Meaning, now, I'm gonna do an air dash here to refresh my air dash counter. We're gonna fight Alias 2. If I wouldn't have air dashed there before this boss, what would have ended up happening is, I would have not been able to air dash the boss. I wouldn't have had a hitbox to use. I'm gonna try not to soft lock here. Don't soft lock, don't soft lock, don't soft lock, please. Okay, good. If I would have killed that boss there too fast, my game would have actually went black, and I would have had to quit the game and restart to continue the run, which is really bad. Obviously a dead run in that kind of scenario. So here we just took an event warp from Sassini, a boss we fought really early on. And gonna grab some items now. More zips. Frame perfect quick drops again. That is the movement in this run, and it gets really bad if you mess up movement strats. Also, yes, about the discussion that's going on in chat right now. We originally thought that boss soft lock was actually patched, and in a way it was. But due to my strat, having a lot of bullets flying around on screen, it will actually hit the boss early after the boss's HP gets locked to 1, which was the initial fix. So if you deal big amounts of damage, it will fix the soft lock. But if you deal a lot of small damage really fast, you can actually kill the boss before the game recognizes that a soft lock is about to happen, and the boss will die. So, a soft lock fix, almost. Almost there. Not quite. Right, so normally we would have to fight a boss after getting this item here, but, yeah, no. Mini-bosses are slow. We don't need to fight them. Okay. So normally that would be a Chapter 2 sequence. And this here is a Chapter 3 sequence, but we can just do them both back to back immediately. Because we're in Chapter 3, and also trigger Chapter 2. So we turn on the computer there to rescue Sassini's friend, and now we're heading off to rescue her. And we're gonna do a very interesting sequence. So there is an out-of-bounds boss trigger placed here. Do not grab this item, please. There's an out-of-bounds boss trigger placed here. And we can just tag it, like this. So, yeah, the boss of this area, skipped. Don't even get to see her. Normally we would zip for that, but recently that was found where there's just a random boss trigger found there for no apparent reason. I don't know why it was even placed there, to be honest. Possibly during testing at some point, maybe. Okay, we're gonna fly up here. We need this item. No. Okay, the maids are being very mean to me today. Want to keep shooting me down. Oh, come on, stop it. And I'm gonna try to go for a boss skip here. I missed it. So we have to fight these guys. This is mini-boss glitch, where if you highlight a save file above save file number 4, you can just kill one boss, and they're all gone. There were a lot of enemy waves there that we would have had to fight normally, but they kind of don't exist. What should have happened there is I would have been able to ride along that one tile gap between, that you saw there. But, because that actually does not have collision. It looks like it would, but it doesn't. Meaning I would have been able to literally just cruise along the ceiling and never get hit. Or never touch the boss trigger and just exit. Unfortunately, that was not meant to be had. Okay. Now, this part of the run is going to get very weird to look at. There's going to be a lot of skips going on, and skips layered onto skips. I'm going to do the best to explain this as I possibly can. So what's going to end up happening, I'm going to use a mechanic of the slide bomb that stays at the bottom of the screen, always. And I'm going to offset my screen position and get out of bounds on ground, throw the slide bomb so it warps up, and normally, if I cannot miss the platform, these bombs, lock to the bottom of the screen, and whenever you're out of bounds, like this, your screen actually goes to the very, very top of the map, so we can just kind of warp upwards. And now we're going to do an air dash out of bounds, or just let the zip. And here we go. That is actually a leftward zip, because we were facing right there. This is one of the very few instances of leftward zips in this game. I count here, do this, and a speed zip. I missed it. Interesting. We're gonna do a speed zip here. Try to go for an air dash zip. I can get the air dash zip. I do not want to have to do that skip again. Oh boy. Come on. Air dash zip, please. Air dash zip, please. This is why the estimate is so long. There we go. There we go. Much better. And we just walk out. There's actually a cutscene there that happened because we were on the save block that unblocks the screen, meaning we can just screen transition and leave the fight. Because, yeah. Okay, so we're back here. And get another boss skipped. It was a very interesting Tundra section. I have never failed that like that before, I'm gonna be honest with you. Not even in practice. Hashtag that's never happened before. But this is a marathon run, so you know. Kinda par for the course. Alright, so you might have noticed this entire second section of the run has just been boss skip after boss skip. And that's why there were actually 5 bosses front-loaded at the very start of the run, so that then we can head in to the next section of the game, get the items we need to perform these skips, and then skip the next 5 bosses. It's a very interesting route. Okay, I need to not miss this trick. If I would have missed that trick, I would have got one shot by an enemy below, and that would have been bad. We got it, though. We're fine. Fall down here. Do that would be bad. These enemies are very high level and I cannot see them. We're good. Made it out of that section. Very, very scary. Alright, so did you know that this game actually has a shop? It's right here. We actually haven't seen it. Don't scam me. Yeah, here's our first and only shop visit in this entire run. We're gonna perform a glitch known as Shop Glitch here. If you unequip an item, it will have its base upgrade level, which oftentimes is lower than, you know, its level 1 level for buying. Don't scam me. I need buffs here. I have Give Defense down, Amulet Cut, which reduces my amulet usage, and gonna slide bomb there into the save point, which instantly refills my HP and restores my amulets. I need this egg here so I can buy another buff. Or not. I don't have enough money. Interesting. Man, it must have been all those bad boss fights. If you do boss fights well, you have a combo, and the more combo you have when you finish a boss, the more money you have. Because of all the scuffed boss fights in this run, I just have less money than I really should. Which is fine. So, I'm gonna be showcasing a glitch that I'm not really sure necessarily is valid for any % RMG, but it's gonna be a really nice segue into a glitch exhibition. So I'm still gonna show it off anyways. This is what I like to call, I can't believe it's not hospital skip. Give me a second. We're gonna kill this boss here. It won't be long at all. There she is. So, I can't believe it's not Hospital Skip. So there's a trick in this game that lets you skip 4 bosses, known as Hospital Skip. Well, we can do a budget Noah Skip, which is the boss here, and we're out. So basically, using the state that defeating that boss gives us, we can store a slide bomb out of bounds there, and just kind of waltz over to the final boss of the game, because this is totally normal. Everything's fine. What you just saw was intentional. Normally we would have to go through a 3-boss gauntlet there, but the reason why I say that this glitch may not be allowed in runs is because technically it is a form of Hospital Skip. Because you could do that with, you know, a lot more town members, or rather, a lot less town members. But the reason why it could technically be allowed as well is because that exact Noah Skip does the exact same thing I just showed there in Arena runs, and it is allowed for RMG, so technically speaking, it could be allowed and disallowed at the same time. It's a very interesting predicament. Do not die. Alright, and time.
Jeez.
That is Kokwa any percent RMG, which may not be a valid run, but it's still a nice showcase of a glitch regardless. We're gonna actually have to discuss whether or not that's valid or not soon. We'll see. This run wasn't anywhere near world record anyways. Which is a shame.
It's still amazing to watch, though.
Yeah, the run is kind of, it's exhausting, for sure. There's a lot of stuff going on. And a very little time to really explain much. I could have done a lot better job at commentary there, but just Cocoa has so much movement, just so much speed, so much Cocoa exclusive content, and just, it's a mess to try to explain.
I know, it was very, very fast-paced, but very enjoyable to watch.
I'm glad that it was enjoyable. So I heard that we're going to be doing a glitch exhibition after this, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So before wasting any more time in this glitch exhibition, because I do need some time to actually get to an area to show off something, I'm going to skip the credits here, which we can do with the start button. And I'm going to be using that final glitch I used to get to the final boss, which you can also trigger that outside of that area. And we're going to be using this to do some funny business. As you can see, the game is a lot darker. A lot of the UI is missing. This is... I don't want to call it prologue state. As Arena, in the prologue of the game, this state exists. You know, to kind of be cinematic. In this state, you cannot pause. Which also means I can't quick reload. So if I do something stupid, I won't be able to reload my save. If I am to use the save point here and actually save, my game will softlock, which is bad. But that's not what I want to show off. I want to show off a little funny situation going on in one of these areas. Let's see if I can navigate here without doing anything stupid. In this state, I could store a slide bomb and just teleport to it. I initially planned on using save state tools for this. I'm gonna not set that up. I want to show off as much as I can without save states, preferably. So I'm gonna not do any glitches here on my way, in hopes that I don't go out of bounds and screw something up. Okay, let's hope that this lets me enter. Good. Yes, Kokwa is a very new character. She just got out of beta like 2 months ago. Okay, so in this game, using the state, there are effect IDs that kind of just exist. The state messes with effect IDs in that I forgot the exact explanation, but an off-screen effect basically kind of gets stored there, and when the room timer hits a certain value, it will spawn again. So in this next room, there's a boss, Kotri. We fought her earlier in the run. So we can kind of let her spawn these, let her spawn them again, and let her spawn them again, and again, And again. And this just kind of goes on and on and on. In a later section of this area, we can actually get her to attach these little orb thingies to other enemies. Alright, I'm just gonna let this play out for a second, and then I'm gonna let her attack. Go on, attack me. You can do it. Yeah, this is totally dodgeable. Go on, do something else. This game is well programmed. Oh, they're shooting lasers! Alright, let's go a bit further to see these little effects get tied to other entities. Oh, well there is a hitbox that kind of just... she's still attacking me off screen! She's still attacking me. Let's see if I can get to here in time. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. My side bomb kind of still just exists. This is the same exact trick that I used to skip to the final boss of the game. I accidentally used slide there and kind of got warped. By the way, that can be used, as you saw, to skip bosses. A ton of bosses, in fact. If I'm not mistaken, almost every single boss in this game can be skipped with this. Okay, here's another Kotri. Let's have her do some weird stuff. Oh, there are the lasers that kind of just existed. Okay, here we go. They still have their hitbox. Where'd the effects go? Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. They're kind of having fun. Tossing around hitboxes. Hey. Don't hurt me. The far more interesting one of the bunch is definitely Kotri 3, Entity Duplication. Oh, excuse me, Projectile Duplication. Because we can actually get those bits of hers to attach to other enemies and enter different rooms where they should not be. Coming up on that room very shortly. Well, someone's getting happy with the projectiles. Here she is. What? What? Okay, this is a... I think they overloaded the okay, they overloaded the effects. Oh, nope, there they are. I don't know what that is about. I don't know what's going on. I can't get hit. What is even happening? I think they... Oh, okay, yes. They overloaded the effect IDs. You can see that little spike ball down there is actually a spike ball now. Instead of a laser beam. Because it can't even spawn its effects anymore. Let's see. Spawn more. Spawn more. Even spawning more anymore? She's just using lasers. Let's see. Gonna get some more of these, and then I'm gonna try to see if I can transfer this over to a different room. Oh, well, there it is. Now they're following the spike ball and doing this. I don't understand what's going on anymore. But, yep, Kotri now cannot attack me. She's just kind of stuck. Her bits decided to follow something else. See if I can get them out of the room as well. Oh, there they are. They're out. They're out. Ow. Ow. No. Stop it. Me. No. They did not want me in that room. They really did not want me in that room. They literally placed a... I don't even know. They placed a wall there of damage. They did not want me in. Alright, I'm gonna not overload the effect ID before getting the code tree this time. Okay, well, already spawning onto the thing here. Let's see if I can get these guys to spawn over here. Ow! That's a lot of oh, ow! What was that? What did she hit me with? This is easy mode. She took out over a quarter of my health. What did she hit me with? What? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, there's also a neat little zip you can do here. To get to... Ow! The DLC final boss... What is falling? We don't... Oh! Oh crap, I just realized. I can't reload. I was gonna reload, but I can't. I can have these guys kill me. Come on, you can do it. How much damage do you do anyways? I knew I would do that. There's no way out. I have to die. I'm gonna go back to a 100% save and showcase some funny business. Are they overlapping each other? What are they doing? They are. What is happening? Hit me! Killing me. Come on, you can do it. Come on. That is the downside of this glitch, is that you can't actually quick load, so if you need to get somewhere fast or load a different save, you actually have to die. And then go to the title screen. It's a bit unfortunate. I'm gonna show off the movement that someone in chat just requested, and then... I don't really know what else to showcase past that point. I'm just gonna say, there's a bit too much to showcase, honestly. I could go on and on and on, but I know we are kind of pressed for time. And Toho's coming up, so...
One more thing.
Yep, one more. Since chat mentioned that I should showcase this particular section. Movement with Cocoa. Because it looks really cool to pull off. It's a small little thing. More of an optimization and randomizer. Which this game does have one, by the way. See if I can pull this off. Barely missed it. Let's see if I can actually do this. Nope, too high. I suck at this game. There we go. Into the other room. Alright, well... That's all I have for now. There's not really much else to show unless we were to switch characters or I was to find a lot of glitches from the Discord. Nothing that I've prepared necessarily.
Oh, thank you, VGM. This was a very fun one to watch. Some fun glitches to show off. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're going to pop over to intermission, and we'll be back with a bonus run of Toho.
All right. Thanks for having me.